Okay, reading is very important. Reading is something like, I advise all of you guys to read extensively. Okay, this is something like a secret. If you really want to improve your English, this is something, you should do it regularly. Okay, this is like you are missing. That is the reason if you see any government school or any English medium school or any school in anywhere in UK or USA, anywhere, okay, the difference is they focus on reading. Okay, they give every day they read excerpts, they read paragraphs, and then they ask you to read novels, and then this is the way you improve your English. Okay, now I always ask you guys whenever I give you text. By now probably you know that what I do, what is my strategy. Okay, my strategy is we are working on I give you reading text. I give you audios, and then I ask you to listen to the audio and then read it. Okay, I ask you guys to listen to uh, each audio 5 times. Okay, 5 times. Why I ask you 5 times? I mean, like, you should read it once. But why I ask you 5 times? I ask you 5 times because this way you will have enough practice. In a situation where you live, in a country where you live, you don't have enough opportunities where you speak English, where you can hear English, okay, or where you can listen to, something like, maybe if you're working in a school, working in a university office, they speak English. But in our setting, it is very rarely that we find such sort of environment. Okay, therefore, it is highly important for you guys to at least 2 hours at least you practice English. Okay, if you really want to speak English, because if you don't practice 2 hours, you will not speak. Okay, that is the reason I ask you guys to, when you listen to the audio 5 times. Okay, and then when you start, I want you guys to copy this, to write it, and I want you to write it because this way your eyes understand, eyes go through, everything. Okay, your brain learns to process things. Okay, your brain understand about, like, how you are writing. Your hands get used to of this. Okay, you need, like, sort of like all your senses. You need to use all your senses. You need to use your listening skills. You need to use your uh, just to speak. You need to use your listening. You need to use your reading aloud skills, reading skills. Okay, and then you need to write as well. Okay, therefore all these things, listening, your reading
Watching.
aloud, and then your writing, all things, three skills that helps you improve to speak. Okay, that, sort of working on your brain, just to correct your pronunciation, improve your vocabulary, and then build up your uh, structure, grammatical structures in your brain. Okay, and then they on top of that, the most important thing is content. If you if you don't have content, you can't speak. If I ask you, whatever your specialized subject, maybe physics, chemistry, whatever is your, like, your field is, okay. If I ask you to talk about uh, your field, your specific field, medicine or whatever is, okay, you can talk like hours and hours. Why? Because you have knowledge, you have content, you have vocabulary. Okay, you go through vocabulary, you know that you are certain about, you're certain about pronunciation, therefore you are confident. You can say that, you can speak about that. Okay, but in this setting, if I ask you to talk about anything else, then you don't have practice, you don't have vocabulary, you are not sure about pronunciation. Therefore, you are like, you are not confident. You feel, oh my God, I cannot say any word. I can't speak anything. Okay. Therefore, the most important thing is practice. Okay. Listen, when I share any audio, when I share a message with you guys, it is important. I want you guys to listen. I want you guys to, listen to that audio 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Even someone else is sharing, his or her homework. You should just, you should go through that. You should listen to that. Okay, and just, use your, brain and try to see if you understand everything or not, or whatever understood, okay? And whatever you can't understand, you can ask me. There is nothing. I will like I almost ask all the questions. Okay, I never say no to any anyone like or discourage anyone to ask questions.
ਚੌਕਣਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਗਏ ਦਾ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਟਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਹੁਣ ਬਾਹਰ ਤੇ ਨਾ
Please keep your mic switched off. Otherwise it is interrupting me, and then we cannot study. Reading is the secret. Okay, you can do it yourself as well. If you are confidently you are doing it, you will improve. There is no way you can't improve. Okay, if you read aloud, listen to that. You know, work on your pronunciation. Started, working on your vocabulary. If you don't know any word, underline that word. Immediately underline that word. Do not leave any word. Don't like if you don't know any word, underline that word. Okay, this is something extremely important for you guys. If you don't know anything, underline. If you don't know anything, any word, underline that. This is something secret. Okay, underline. If you think this word is difficult, you don't know the meaning of that word, underline that word. Okay, underline that word, and then look up the that word into dictionary. Okay, this will help you. If you find out the meaning of this word, okay, if you Google even that word, okay, that will help you understand. You will find out the meaning of that word. Okay. Therefore, make your habit to do that. If you don't understand anything, underline that. Okay. But what is important, when you underline that, you will remember this. You will remember that you underline some word and you don't know. Okay. Therefore, this is the way to learn. This is the way to start reading. Okay. And then obviously check the pronunciation, check the sentence order, grammatical order. That everything helps you.
Sir, please suggest any book for grammar practice.
For grammar,
Grammar practice.
grammar is we are giving you 100 sentences to practice grammar. Then you should. When did you join the course?
Today is my first class.
Yeah, just follow the instruction. There is I cannot suggest you, honestly speaking. If you Google, there are like hundreds of grammar books on grammar. Okay, but I mean, like, I cannot suggest you any book. Okay, but I mean, like, yes, we are practicing here. We are doing tenses. We have done like lots of stuff. Okay, and then if you just which are you in, second group or first group? Which group you are in? Second group probably.
Second group, sir.
Yeah, the second group means you should do I even tag all the classes, all lectures we have in that group. Okay, just go through one by one. Start doing first class, then start doing listen to the first class, then start doing your first assignment, then second, then third, then fourth, then five. This way you will definitely. And then obviously we are doing a lots of grammar. There is no we are doing lots of grammar.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it will help you. Definitely it will help you. Now can you guys read now? It is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Except from War and Peace. Excerpt is like a piece. Except when we say excerpt, that is a piece of like a piece of text. Okay, excerpt is a piece of text. You can as well. Okay, therefore excerpt is a piece of text. Okay, now this word is completely. If you don't know the meaning of this word, what you need to do is you need to underline this word. Okay, underline this and make sure that if you are not if you are not pronouncing it properly, you should know, you should learn the pronunciation of the word. Okay, this is like, that's the way you learn English. Otherwise, if you accept, instead of accept, you say something else, then you can't, you cannot. That means that you're not like progressing. You are not learning anything.
नहीं वो तो बनाते हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, लेकिन बात करने का मकसद है इसमें कोई ऊपर नहीं।
Can you guys switch off your mic, please? So this is a very, this is this paragraph is I took it from War and Peace. War and Peace is the top novel, is one of the best novel in the world. Okay, written by Leo Tolstoy. Okay, this is War and Peace, written by Leo.
Yes.
Sir, text is not visible.
Not visible. Still, it's not visible.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible or it's not visible?
Not visible.
Not visible.
Visible,
No,
visible,
sir.
sir.
Sir, it is visible.
sir.
For in
Everything
one
is
man
visible, sir.
and comprehend when nuance occurs.
Okay, except from War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. It's one of the top novel in the world. This is one of the best novel in the world that I am just, we are going to read now. Okay. Therefore, if you can read yourself, that will be great. If you can't read, just read with me, and then follow my instruction. If you really want to improve your English, follow my instruction. This is very important. If you don't follow my instruction, just you read your text, just for the sake of like reading, and then don't focus, don't pay attention, don't spend time, don't practice, you will not improve your English. Okay, you will just improve your English. The pace of your improvement will be slower, as as you've been doing it, you know in for many years, for 20 years, or for 15 years, you couldn't improve your English. But now I want you guys to follow the instruction. Okay, this is very important for all of you guys. A king is history's slave. Okay, a king is history's slave. He's saying that the king is a slave is when you are like, when you keep someone in your control, when you are like, he's like your slave. You can do, you can ask him to do whatever you want. He's under your control. Okay, slave is like slavery, like slavery. Islam abolished slavery. Okay, but what happened, the worst slavery in the history we found, that whatever the white people done with the black people. Okay, whatever the English people, white people, they just they made slave
Communionism.
black people. Okay, and this is the worst example of slave. A king is history's slave. King is like a slave, is like your servant. Okay, but is more than servant, more than like someone like in your control. You can do anything to him.
Subordinate.
A king is history's slave. A general is history's slave. Events, a general is even history's slave. Events unfold. Unfold mean, you unfold something, you open something. Unfold is you open something. You undo something. Okay, you do something and you undo something. You unfold. Okay, events unfold, not by the will of individuals. Okay, not by the will of, but not because the its events unfold, not because of individuals, not because the individual, because a single person wants to do something. No, he said events unfold not by the will of individuals, not because whatever the uh, individual person wants to change, something, and events unfold. No, it doesn't like that. It's not like that. He said that events unfold not by the will of individuals, but by an infinite number of causes. Infinite is something which is infinite, is like unlimited. Okay, infinite is unlimited. Infinite is unlimited. Okay, excerpt is extract. Okay, slave is like a servant, but you
Sir,
could, yes, please.
sir, how can person pronounce this word infinite or infinite?
Infinite, infinite, not infinite, infinite.
Okay.
Yeah, it's infinite. This is infinite. Infinite means unlimited. Infinite is unlimited. A general is history slave. Events unfold. Unfold is undo. When you undo, okay? When you read a text, underline this, underline everywhere, okay? And write their meaning. Don't just, don't be complacent. If you don't do effort, you won't learn. If you don't do effort, you will not learn. Right here, next to your page with your pen, right here, this, okay, this is excerpt right here on the side on the corner, whatever is, right here. Okay, infinite is unlimited, right here, unlimited, so that unlimited, okay, right here, so that you remember this, remember this word. This is something like you need to, with your pen, with your, like, we call this annotation, do it, annotate that, okay, write it, infinite numbers of causes. Events unfold not by the will of events unfold. Events unfold, events unfold undo. Okay, not by the will of individual, not like the individual people, whatever they want, uh, events, things happen like that. No, not like that. He said, events unfold not by the will of individual, but by an infinite number of causes. Because there are infinite causes, there are unlimited causes, and that because of those causes, things happen, events unfolds. Too complex for any one man to comprehend. Okay, too complex means too difficult. Complex. Look at this so easy word. Complex. Complex is difficult. Okay, you can say difficult as well, and you can say complex as well. Too complex. Too complex for any one man to comprehend. Comprehend is to understand. Comprehend is when you understand. Okay, comprehend is understand. Now we are reading this text because I want you guys to comprehend this, okay, to understand that, to understand, okay. This will, in this way you will improve your English. When an events occur, when an events, he's talking about one event. When an events occurs mean happen, okay. Occurs mean happen. When an event occur, okay, when an event occurs, it's like a present indefinite. You guys have done present indefinite as well, okay? Occurs with, because it's a singular, we added s, occur, okay? Occurs. Okay, when an event occurs, when an event happens, be it a battle, it could be a battle, like it could be a war, okay, a revolution, or the rise of an empire. Okay, the events, what event he's talking about, that it could be a battle. Battle is like a war. Okay, war is big, battle is small. Well, the difference between battle and war is too big. Okay, but battle is a small scale. A battle is a battle, a revolution, a revolution, or the rise of an empire. Okay, the rise of an empire. Okay, like the rise of British Empire. Okay, rise of Muslim empire in the history. Okay, or the rise of an empire. It is not the result of the genius of a single person. Okay, it's not the result of a genius of a single man. It is not the result. Okay, it is not because of the genius or the cleverness of a single man, or because of
Sir,
like because the single man is so like he was genius, or he was he was like intelligent. Okay, it is not the result of of the intelligence of a single man. Okay, but
Sir.
rather, yes,
Sir,
please.
here revolution is used as change.
Revolution is revolution, where we are trying to have a revolution in Pakistan as well, but still
Revolution
we are
is
struggling,
imminent.
Revolution is when revolution is something like you completely change the system, bring a new system, replace something with the existing system with something else. Okay, that is revolution.
This means that a change in system,
Uh, I mean,
not
like
even a
revolution is
change.
like completely bringing something new. Yeah. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Revolution or the rise of an empire. Okay, when an event occurs, be it a battle, a revolution, or the rise of an empire, okay, it is not the result of the intelligence of a single man. Okay, now try to why I change the genius with intelligence. Okay, I change the genius with intelligence because you guys, you learn how to change the word. You learn about synonyms. You learn about antonyms. This is very important. Okay, and if you don't learn about that, then it's like difficult for you guys. Okay, you need to the way you want to improve your English. It is only possible if you are if you are if you practice, if you are practicing this. Okay, but rather the outcome of countless unseen forces acting upon one another. Okay, it is not the result of the genius of a single man. That it is not that things happen, revolution or battlefield, anything, events unfolds not because of a genius of a because of the genius of a single man, or because of the intelligence of a single man, but rather the outcome of countless unseen forces acting upon one another. Okay, that events happen, you know r- but rather the outcomes of, the event happens, it's the outcome, this whenever something happen, it is the outcome, it is the result. Outcome is the result. Okay, when we say outcome, outcome is the result. Outcome is a result. Okay, outcome of result of countless again, unlimited, infinite. You will see the same word he is repeating here. Before we go through this infinite, and now it is countless, that is unlimited, but rather the outcome of countless unseen forces acting upon one another. Okay, that unseen forces, no one, you don't, unseen mean you can't notice, you can't realize that, there are so many things going on, around you in your surrounding, that you don't know, you know but rather the outcome of countless unseen forces acting upon one another. Okay, therefore those forces are like, they are like acting upon one another. Okay, when like we say each other, in English we say each other. Okay, like we say like we say each other. If there are two people, we always say each other. We say each other. Okay, we say each other. But if there are more than two people, okay, we say each other is for two people. Okay, when we say one another, that means one another is more than two people. When we say one another, each other, and when we say one another, okay, one another, that is more than two people. Okay, like we say, like we use between, we use between, we use between. We use between. Between is for two people. Okay, when we say between, between is for two people. Okay, each other is for, when we say it, each other, that is between two people. When we say one another, that is more than two things. Okay, each other is two things. When we say more than one another, that is more than two things. When we say between, between is between two things, two person, two things. Okay, but when we say there are more than that, then uh, we say among. Okay, then we say among. Okay, when there are more than, like, there are more than, it's among. Okay, it's between me and you, but we say it is among them. Okay, therefore there are more people. Okay, but between is just for two. Now, these are the way you need to, when you are reading text, you need to go through these and remember these things, and it is only possible if you practice. Rather is like, you just replace something. You tell that rather, I would rather work hard. Okay. That is something like instead. That the way you say instead, okay, you would say rather. Okay. This is like a but rather, it is not the result of the genius inst of a single man. Okay. But rather mean like instead of that. Okay. Rather is instead of that, the outcome of countless unseen forces acting upon one another. Okay, therefore it's like a rather is more like a, is something like you said, not because of that. Okay, it is because of this. Therefore rather is like more. As I said earlier, that rather is when you are like, you say this is not, this option, this option is better than this one. Okay, therefore that is why you say rather. Okay, but rather the outcomes of countless unseen forces acting upon one another. Okay, this is like acting, all these countless unseen forces acting upon one another. They're like, yeah, they are like these forces, that unseen forces, they are acting upon one another. They are like working together. Okay, they are working together. You don't realize that things happen, then you don't understand. This Palestine war happened. Okay, no one, no one was expecting that Hamas would attack Israel, and they kill like their 10 people or God knows how many. Okay, and then the one of the biggest event uh, will unfold would unfold. Okay, no one would know that. Okay, then now what happened? Like, look at like almost like 100,000 people, they got killed, and they're like, uh, m- there are so many people, they are wounded, there are so many, displacement. It's really in a bad situation. Therefore events unfold, because of like many unseen forces. Okay, they work together. They like, you don't realize that's what's going to happen. Man's illusion, illusion is like something you are illusion is like something like you're not like defrauded, or you are like, you are not sure, you are like something
Dreamy
like
word,
you're sorry.
dreamy, I think.
Illusion is
Dreamy
not,
word,
it's not a dream, it's more like a
realistic, not realistic,
not
I think.
reality, not reality,
Mm.
something which is not reality. Illusion is something, they are like, there are two words. Okay, now there are two words. This is one is illusion. One is illusion and the other one is illusion. Okay. For all those people, they want to do CSS, they ask you about these pair of words. Okay. One is, we are working on
Illusion,
illusion.
living in a dreamy life.
Imagination.
Sorry.
Illusion means
Illusion mean imagination.
living in a dreaming life.
Yeah, live in like a, in a like not a dream, but illusion is sometimes, you are living in like illusions.
Unrealistic.
So not in a reality is more appropriate to say not in a reality. You are living in illusion, that you are not familiar with the reality. When I say you are living in illusion, that means you are not familiar with reality. Okay. Therefore, there are two words. One is allusion. Allusion means reference. Refer, when you refer something. Okay, alluded. Okay, allusion means when you are in your paper, you need to give. You need to whenever you write something or whenever you talk about, you find different allusions. Okay, that is references. Okay, allusion is references, and illusion mean when you are like something this. Sarab,
Imagine.
Sarab in English say Sarab. What do you say
That
in English?
that we cannot see by our eyes.
Sorry,
It means those things that we cannot see with our eyes.
eyes, exactly. Sarab, how do you say in Urdu in Sarab? What is Sarab? When you are in a desert, you will see that far away that there is like there is a water, but when you reach there is no water. Okay, this is some like
Yeah.
deception. Okay, deception,
Imagine.
something like not reality. Again,
We can say it as delusion.
sorry. Oasis. When you
Yeah,
look for
we
oasis,
can
okay,
say
but
delusion.
you see that, but then there is no oasis, and then you continue your continue looking for water.
We can say
Sorry?
overthinking.
Illusion over.
Overthinking.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can
You
relate.
can overthink as well, or you can say that like overconfidence as well. Illusion is something like you are not familiar with the reality. You are like overconfident. You are making
Sir,
you
is related
misunderstood
to
something.
fantasy.
Illusion is you misunderstood something. Please. Okay,
Okay.
man's illusion is that he directs these events, that he controls his destiny. Okay, man's illusion is he's misunderstood that he controls that. Okay, he directs that, he controls these events. Okay, look at the word. The selection of word is so easy, not like difficult. Okay, he directs these events, he controls these events, that he controls his destiny. Okay, that he is the master of his destiny. He is like he controls his destiny. His destiny is in his hand. Okay, he manages things, he controls everything, he can do whatever he wants. This is something like a illusion. He said that this is like a misunderstood.
Sir, there is another meaning of direct.
Direct is control. There are, for every word there are several meanings. Okay, the direct is, if we talk about synonyms, we have we can, direct is control, or direct is control as well, or I direct. No, I'm directing you guys. I direct you guys in a way. I'm trying to. I'm just controlling you guys. This is like a controlled effort. In another way, we say this is a controlled effort. What we are together we are doing, this is a controlled effort. Okay, I'm directing you.
Direct is also used in giving someone direction.
Yeah, that you can direct someone. Yes, why not? That is what he thinks, like he directs these events. He controls, or he just manages these events.
Okay.
That he control his destiny. Destiny is your fate. Okay, destiny is your luck. Destiny is your fate. Destiny is your luck. Yet what is the will of man? Okay, yet what is the will of man? Okay, what is the will of man? Okay, what is exactly will? What is like in your what you want to do? Sometimes something you want to do something. What is the will of man? Okay, yet what is the will of what man wants to do?
Desires.
Desire as well, exactly. Desire, or whatever you want to do. Okay, what is the will of man? Is a question mark. When Napoleon was like he was a French general, French ruler and general. When Napoleon marched marched to Moscow, did he do so freely? Okay, when he just marched, he marched to Moscow. He just went to Moscow with his forces. Okay, with his almost 1 million forces, he entered Moscow. Okay, he couldn't enter Moscow. He was defeated. He was badly defeated there. But when Napoleon marched to Moscow, and it was his biggest mistake. It was his biggest mistake. When Napoleon marched to Moscow, did he so did he do so freely? That he done this freely? He was doing it. It was his desire to do this. It was in his plan to do that. Okay, was he did it was he done it like is in a it was his plan to do that, or did he do so himself? Or was he, like all men, carried along by the tide of the history? Okay. Or was he, like all men, carried along? Okay. Just carried along, like carried along by the tide of history, by the pressure. Tide is like, the tide and time and tide. We know about that. They never wait. It's wait for you. When Napoleon marched to Moscow, did he do so freely? What it was that did he do so freely that it was his desire that he done it freely without any interruption, without anyone's involvement? Or the second option is, was he like all men, like all other men? Was he carried along, or he was controlled? Carried along mean like a controlled. Okay, this is like a passive here. This is like a passive structure here. Okay, this is a passive structure here. Carried along is like a passive structure. Carried along. Okay. This is like a passive structure. Carried along by the tide of history. Okay. That it was carried, he was taken, he was controlled by the tide of history, by the by the tide of history mean like the events, like the events unfolding, or events are like all the events together. Tide mean tide of history. Here he wants to say that like everything, like it's not just one event, it's like the whole history. It's like the whole history is like when you make history, when you are like like look at this, whatever happened in Palestine, whatever happened recently, you witnessed that. It is like a tide of history. You can say that it is the history is made in front of us. Okay, his history is made in front of us. Okay, whatever happened in Ukraine, whatever happened in Afghanistan, this is like a all these are, and the recent day this
The
train incident
tide of
happened.
history means he do as many people done in the history.
Sorry, history, what do you want to say? Okay, yet what is the will of man? Okay, what is the desire? What is the will of
Sir,
man? What is the desire of the? Yes, please. When
He's saying that Napoleon done as other historian man's in history, battle, wars, etc. Same they do, and he also
yeah, he
done
was
in that
he had
way.
a yeah, he had a big fight there, in Moscow. He entered Moscow with his military, with his 1 million soldiers.
Napoleon Bonaparte, I think
Yeah,
his
he's a
name.
Napoleon Bonaparte, same guy, exactly. You're right. When Napoleon entered or marched to Moscow with his forces, did he do so freely? That it was his desire? He done this freely? Or was he like all men, like other people, like carried along by the tide of history? Okay, that like because of the pressure of history, because of the incidents, because of the events, when the events push, together, you know.
so tide of history means many people done in the history
No,
as
no,
he do.
no, 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 no. Tide of history is like the tide when near like near this when the solar 14th of the night, the solar, when we have this lunar, moon, okay? When we have full, when we have full lunar moon, okay? We see the tide is high, you know.
Wave. Another name for tide is waves.
Tide
The
is like a,
tide.
or waves. You can use waves
Okay.
as well, or you can,
Okay.
yeah, waves, exactly. The waves are like when it's high, when in the in the sea, when you go in the ocean or sea, when you see the
Mm.
water is high, that is a high tide. Okay, when you see the water is low,
Yeah.
that is low tide. The do
Yes.
you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Therefore, he's talking by the tide of history mean like
Pressure
there's
is
so
the
many
best one.
events. It's not just one history. Is when you say history, that means history is like so many events, so many things. Like
Yeah.
when you talk about history, that you're not talking about just one event. We're talking about so many things.
Sir, it means that many people done in the past, he also do like that.
No, it doesn't mean like that. What he said, that carried along by the tide, that he was like, he said like, there are two options with this, or he used or. Okay, he used or. The first option is in the beginning. What he said, that he said that it was, he asked like, it was Napoleon's desire. Okay, it was his desire, that it was on his part that he entered the Moscow. That's the first option. And the second option, he said, was he like all men, like the other men, okay, carried along by the tide of history, carried along by the events or by the history. Okay, therefore, like other people, like he was controlled by the history. Okay, or he was taken there. He was carried along, mean he was taken there by the events in the history at that time. There are two options he is giving us here. Had he marched to turn back, would has he marched to turn back, would he have been,
Heidi wished to turn back.
sorry, yes. Yeah, had he wished to turn back, okay, that had he wished to turn back, would he have been able to? Okay, now it's a past. Look at the way he's using past tense. Okay, he's using wish. This subjunctive. I don't know if you guys read about this. If you have listened to my last recorded class, okay, where we discuss subjunctive. Okay, therefore he said, had he wished. When you wish something in past, okay, then he just we always use would. Okay, had he wished to turn back, okay, that if he wanted to go back, okay, if he wished to go back, okay, would he have been able to, that would he be able to go back, that if he even wished to go back, okay, once he reached there, if he wished to go back, okay, would he be able to go back, can he go back? That's what he's asking. It's like a wish. He's talking about. He's using this some sort of like a hypothetical situation. Okay, hypothesis he's doing here. Okay, had he wished to turn back, that if he had wished to turn back, okay, would he have been able to do that? Okay, that would he have been able to make it? No. Okay, his thoughts, his choices, his thoughts, his choices, his ambitions were not his own, but merely the sum of circumstances beyond his control. What a beautiful, you know. He said his thoughts, whatever he was thinking at that time, okay, his choices, his options, that options, choices is that the option you are given with, okay, his thoughts, his choices, his options, his ambitions, because sometimes whatever you are ambitious, whatever you are thinking about, you want to do something, you don't realize, you feel like you don't you are overwhelmed, you don't understand what is right and what is wrong. You are ambitious, you want to achieve something, and you go ahead irrespective whether you lose or whether you achieve something or not. You don't care, you are ambitious, you make mistake. You're prone to make mistake. His choices, his thoughts, his choices, his ambitions were not his own. Okay, it was not his own. He was not at that time, nothing was in his control, nothing was in his hand, okay, but merely the sum of circumstances, but just merely is just, okay, but just the sum of circumstances beyond his control, okay, but these are the sum of circumstances, like all these, these his ambition, his choices, and his thoughts are because of the sum of circumstances, because of all the circumstances. Sum is all, okay. Sum is the addition. When you say at sum of 2 plus sum of 2 plus 2 is 4, okay, addition of 2 plus 2 is 4. Therefore here sum is used as addition, okay. Here sum is used as addition, okay. His ambitions were not his own, but just the sum of circumstances beyond his control. All these events, circumstances are events, all the events beyond his control. That is not
Sir,
in his control, out of
we
control.
use we use word condition for circumstances.
E- we use events. Addition is sum. Addition is sum. When we say addition, addition is sum. 2 plus, if you do
Sir,
addition, if you
we,
sum of 2 plus 2 is 4. This
sir, we
sum is
cannot
addition.
use we cannot use condition for circumstances.
Conditions, yes, you can use conditions as well. Yes, you're right. Conditions as well. Yes, you're right. Well done. History like nature. History like nature has its laws, okay, like nature has its laws, okay. History, he says that history like nature has its laws, okay. A drop of water falling from the sky has no choice in where it will land, okay. Look at this.
Sir,
Yes,
sir,
please.
I cannot understand this line. History, like nature, has its law.
Okay, history like nature has its laws, okay, like nature has laws. Okay, we in front of us, we cannot. We have nature is like Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay, has laws for everything. Okay, you cannot
We can say as we cannot leave because we are immortal.
because of we are immortal.
Like मतलब कि nature's law.
The
Sir, I can.
nature
All
laws are
men.
like I explain you what is nature's. Okay, nature is when you are born. We are born. We cannot skip that. No one ever skip that
Sure.
process. Okay, we are all born. Okay, we have mother and we are all born. Okay, like
Sir,
we are born. Okay, this is like due to nature. Okay, then
sir,
we die.
sir, I can explain this line.
Yes, please.
Sir, I think that he says that nature has law and history also has laws.
Yeah.
Nature has some laws.
Yes.
History also have
Like
laws.
history, like he just he used like is a simile, like is a simile. History like nature, like nature, history has laws as well. Yes, do you understand now?
Okay, sir.
A
It means that
drop of
history and nature
water,
both have laws.
a
It
drop
means
in,
that
yes, sorry.
it means that history and nature both has laws.
Yeah, like nature, you just compare, you do that, you are brave as you are like this, that is like a simile. In literature we use similes.
Okay, sir.
History, like nature, has its laws. A drop of water falling from the sky has no choice in where it will land. Okay? A drop of water doesn't have a choice. It is planned already. It's not in his hand to decide where to land. Okay, where to uh, land. Okay, but it is designed that where it will land. It is planned already by nature, by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Okay, a drop of water falling from the sky Fall nahi कहना, fall, or call, bal, tal. Again, still you are saying, so many of you guys are still calling, balling, something like that, but call, okay, falling. A drop of water falling from the sky has no choice in where it will land. Okay, it's not his choice. It's not the drop. It's not it is. It is chooses to do that. It is not his choice. Okay, or it's not its choice. Okay, a drop of water falling from the sky has no choice in where it will land. Okay? So, too does man move forward, believing himself to be the master of his fate. Okay. So, too, okay, similarly, man also, move forward, believing he believes, okay, himself to be the master of his fate. Okay, that he thinks like he is the master of his fate. Okay. Therefore, he just moves forward. He believes himself to be the master of his fate, that he controls his fate.
Sir, can you, sir,
Yes.
can you tell me about the use of so to?
So too is like, so is like, like like we say, like, in Urdu, we say, jaise ke, okay, like, so too does man move forward, okay? Therefore, uh, a drop of water falling, he gives the example first, then he gives the example, and then he just relate this. This is the way to write. When you give an example, and then, he talk about first sentence, in the first sentence, he talks about, uh, you know, what he talks about. Okay, he gave the topic sentence. Okay, I don't know if you guys are
Sir,
doing PSS. He gave the in the first sentence, he gave the topic sentence. Okay, he said history,
sir,
like nature, has its laws. Okay, and in the
sir,
next sentence, he explained that what it is. In the next sentence, he explains that. Okay, and in the next sentence, he relate this to what he's talking about. Okay, in the
sir,
next
it means
sentence,
that, sir, it means that when we relate something with something, we use so to.
yeah. So exactly when you are like, exactly that.
Yes. He explained law of gravity in nature.
Okay. It's like, what the most important thing I want to tell you guys, you are not understanding. Okay. When you write a paragraph, okay, this is the way to write a paragraph. Okay. This is the ideal way to write a paragraph. And this paragraph is written by the top novelist in the world. Okay. The first sentence, he took it, as a topic sentence. Okay, the first sentence is a topic sentence. Okay, then what happened? In the second sentence, he explained what he said in the first sentence. Okay, when you write an essay, first sentence you take as a topic sentence. Okay, and then the second sentence, he explained whatever he said in the first sentence. Okay, and in the third sentence, he relate that to whatever he wants to say, why he said this. Okay, he relates to his point. Then so too does man move forward. Okay, similarly, man does move forward. So too does man move forward, believing so too does man move forward. Okay, he used does in a here in a, does man move forward, that he move does, like, as a compulsion. Similarly, does man move forward as a compulsion, that compulsory, yes, man move forward like that. Okay, he believing in himself to be the master of his fate, that he controls his destiny, he is the master of his destiny, when in reality, okay, he is guided by forces unknown even to himself. Okay, he is controlled by, or he is carried along, or he is managed by forces unseen even to himself. Unknown mean unseen to even to himself. Yet men persist. Okay, still men persist in writing history as though it were shaped by great individual. Okay, therefore, still men persist. Okay, that every all these is plural. Men is plural. Okay, men persist in writing history as though it were, as though it were shaped by great individual. Okay, that they, according to them, they think that it was the history was shaped by great. Please switch off your mic. Please switch off your mic. When you talk, just switch off. When you stop talking, switch off your mic. They speak, yet man persist in writing history as though it was shaped by great individual. Okay. Persist mean you continue talking, continuously talking. You continuously, you just, you are persistent. You are continuously doing something. Okay. You are not changing. You continue, you carry forward. Okay. Men persist, men continue in writing history, when they are in writing history as though it were shaped by great individual. Okay. They when these historian they write history, they highlight these historian, these great individuals. They highlight these great individuals like Napoleon, like other people, because and they think that because it is important, or the events are created by these individuals. Okay, or these events happen because of these individuals. Yet man persist continue in writing history as though it were shaped, it were designed, shaped, designed by great individuals. By great individuals mean like these Napoleon, like these generals, like they designed the history. They are responsible for the history. They speak of conquerors. Historian speak of conquerors. Conquerors when you conquer something, when you're triumphant, when you win something, when you win an area, this is like you become conqueror. You invade an area, you become conqueror. They speak of conquerors and statesmen of generals and emperors as if these figures as if these figures alone determined the course of the world. Okay, that these historians, they think like generals, emperors, conquerors, and statesmen. They are like they determined. They are like chalk out the determined. When you chalk out something, when you plan something, when you want to do something, you plan, determined to do that. You plan, you lay out a plan. Okay, if these figures alone determined or lay out the course of the world. Okay, they plan the course of the world. Like we are thinking at the moment that Trump is the American president, and he will like carve out or plan things according to his will. Okay, or he will try to do things in his way. Determined is when you are committed to do that. Determined is when you are committed, when you are like, when you plan something, when you are determined to do something, when you're committed to do something, this is determined. If these figures are like these people, these famous people, figures are these famous people. Okay, figure is like, you can call shape as well. Okay, we can draw different shapes. We can call these are figures. But look deeper. He said, look deeper, okay? And one sees that behind every so-called great man are millions of smaller causes, okay? But look deeper, okay? Look uh, in depth, okay? If you look in deeper, okay? If you look deeper, and one sees that he gives an example of himself. This is the way you write it. Okay? Instead of using a he, she, it, or anyone, or they, or any other pronoun, he used one, okay, as a singular person. Okay, one sees that behind every so-called great man are millions of smaller causes. Okay, that behind every great man, behind every great general, behind every great conqueror, behind every great statesman, behind every great leader, okay, there are, you know, there are millions of smaller causes, okay. Because of those smaller causes, smaller things, they build that, that leader as a great leader, you know. They are behind that great leader. Those causes, those events, those things, smaller things, several smaller things,
Sir,
Therefore, he wants.
sir,
Yes,
for example, the War of Troy.
yes. Yeah, what happened with the
This
war
is
of Troy?
also a small thing.
What happened with the war of Troy?
So behind the scene, the war is totally based on the love with the girl.
Yeah, on this, because of this Troy, Helen of Troy is because of this
Yes, yes,
woman of
Agamemnon.
they had
Yes.
this, that's the problem. Yeah, exactly.
Greek,
Because of the
Greek,
Helen.
Greek
The
tragedy.
Helen, there is like, she was so beautiful, okay? Because
Yes,
of
sir.
Helen, it's like a war broke out, and it's been going on for
Yes,
like, hundreds of years, and it's like a something like,
yes,
it's I think in Odyssey or something like, I think it's on
yes, sir.
Odyssey.
Agamemnon,
Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
Greek tragedy.
Yeah,
by
Greek,
Homer.
yeah, Greek myth. All these are Greek myths.
Yeah.
It's like a, it's myth. It's not reality. Remember that.
But if we see the event, we can say that the cause is very small.
Because
The cause is very small.
behind there are causes. There are many causes. Whatever the event happened or whatever, Imran Khan became our leader. Okay, no one knows that, but there are many causes that made him leader. Okay, political leader. There are many causes, and if similarly, if you see Zardari, you will never see Zardari will become. He was, even if he wouldn't get married to get married with Benazir Bhutto. Okay, he will not be here. He wouldn't be here. Okay, but
Yes, sir.
these things happen.
Looks.
But look deeper. Look like more in depth. Okay, and one sees that behind every so-called great man are millions of smaller causes. There are many causes. There are many events. There are many things happening behind every person's, that made him like that. It's not like I am like that. I'm not like that because of, there are many, many incident happen that I am like that. Okay. And because of those incident, I am like that. Soldiers marching, merchant, trading, peasant, toiling. Okay, look at, so he's using so many beautiful words. Okay, soldiers marching. When you are marching, when soldiers are
Sir, how
armed
can
soldiers,
pronounce peasants or
peasant.
peasant?
Peasant. Peasants are farmers, like they are
Yeah.
farmers. Toiling is working hard.
Yes,
Toil is when you work hard. Toiling is when you really work hard. Toiling. Soldiers marching, merchants, traders, trading, peasants toiling, you know. Therefore, he gives the causes. What are he's talking about causes. The smaller causes, what are? Soldiers marching, okay, merchants trading, okay, and peasants toiling, and peasants, farmers working hard. Without them, the general could not fight. Okay, without all these people, general could not fight. Okay, the emperor could not rule without like soldiers marching, without merchants trading, without peasants toiling. Even emperor could not rule. Okay, it is not the will of one man that makes history, but the combined action of all. Okay, that's what he exactly wants to say. Okay, that's what Tolstoy wants to say, that it's not just one man that makes the history. It's not like that. That one man, you cannot attribute whatever happened to one man. You cannot do that. Okay, but the combined action of all. Okay, it's not the will of one man that makes history, but the combined action of all people make history. Okay. What then is freedom? What is freedom? Now he's talking about, like, you look at you need to, if you are, if you want to write, if you want to learn writing, okay, look at the way he explains things. Look at the way he unfolds those, relate this and how he unfold those things, okay? What then is freedom? He said, what then is freedom? What is freedom? Okay. If a man cannot choose the course of history, does he possesses free will? Okay. he's talking about free will. Okay, this is like a but we Muslim, we believe in this, that we have free will. Okay, there is nothing like we don't have free will. We have free will. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's the reason we are different, distinguished, okay, from other creatures. Okay, because we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, blessed with free will. What he's saying, but again, it is his point of view. Okay, what then is freedom? If a man cannot choose the course of history, does he possess free will? Like, if the man cannot choose to do things, okay, choose his course of history means something to do in his life, and does he possess free will? Therefore, he is saying that if a man cannot choose the course of history, okay, if the man cannot plan something, if the man cannot follow some like maybe some events or some incident, okay, does he have possession mean having something, okay, possess mean when you have something, okay, does he possess free will? Does he have free will? Freedom exists, okay. Freedom exists only in the recognition of necessity. Okay, that freedom exists only in the recognition of that necessity. Like freedom is like a freedom exists. See, that's like a philosophical topic I just started with you guys. Okay, freedom exists only in the recognition of necessity. Okay, like like if you have freedom, whatever you do, things which is necessary for you, okay, therefore you have freedom for that. Whatever is like you have freedom to choose what to eat, that's necessary for you, okay. You have freedom to choose what to drink, that is necessary for you, okay.
Greater.
Freedom exists only in the recognition, when you recognize, when you find out,
Very
when you learn. Recognition is when you learn about something of necessity, something important, necessary. The moment man understands that he is but a part of a
sir,
greater whole.
sir,
Yes.
sir, in this line, the moment man understand, nahin, freedom exists only in the recognition of necessity. I mean that he means that when a man recognizes his necessity,
Man recognizes,
necessity,
necessity. Yeah, man recognizes
मतलब
necessity, exactly.
he,
This is
he
something
knows
like
his
what he wants to say. That's what I tried to explain you earlier, that you have freedom. In few things, he said that freedom is when you eat, you have freedom. You can eat whatever you want. This is necessity. Okay. whenever whenever you know where you live, this is necessity, okay. You can choose, I want to live here, but I mean, like, I cannot. This is necessity for me, but I cannot your life, I cannot control your life. You can do whatever you want. You can, or anyone
okay.
else can do whatever they want, or whatever is their reaction, I can't control that. Therefore, I am responsible for my necessity. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The moment man understands that he is but a part of a greater whole, okay, then the moment is the time man understands, comprehends, or recognizes that he is but a part of a greater whole, that he is a tiny part of a whole. He is not a whole. He is not like a whole himself. He is not like a everything himself. Okay. He is the part of that plan. He himself is not a plan. He's not the, he's a part of a plan. Okay. He's a part of a whole. The moment man understands that he is but a part of a greater whole, okay, that his actions are woven into the fabric of time. Okay, his act that when he understands that he is but a part of a greater whole, and his actions are woven mean when when you weaving is the first form, weave, wove and woven, okay, when you try to knit clothes, okay, knitting, when you are knitting clothes, that his actions are woven into the fabric of time, okay, that the fabric, that his actions are, he is weaving, his actions are weaving the fabric of time, okay. He is he is like building all the events in history. Okay, his actions are building all the event in the history. Okay, that's what he wants to say, that the moment man understands, man realizes, recognizes that he is but a part of a greater whole. He is a part of the whole. He's not like a responsible. Okay, and then his actions are woven in the fabric of time. Whatever you do, it is like a you contribute to the fabric of time. You contribute. You just to the events of history. It's not like that. You just don't do that. You get away whatever you do.
Sir, sir,
Yes.
sir, he wants to say that the action are also related with time. He relates the action with time.
No, he's saying that actually his actions are woven into the fabric of time, mean that whatever you do, okay, it is like it is like it is like a history. Okay, it is like a time. It is timeline. Whatever you do, it is a
It is,
timeline of events. That's what he wants to say. That
we can say that the condition of time, condition of society, what
it's a
we act.
fabric. That's what he's saying. That look, he's saying that his actions are woven into the fabric of time. Okay, that whatever that reflect whatever is you do, the time reflect that. Look at in Pakistan now, whatever is going on in dramas, whatever is going on in on the media, on social media, on this, everything. Okay, it reflects in our society. Okay, the time reflects that.
Reflects that time.
Reflects
Time,
that everything. Actions, not time. The time reflects
time
whatever the
reflects.
action.
Okay.
He ceases means stops. He stops to struggle against. He ceases. He stops to struggle against fate and find peace. Okay. Therefore, the moment he understands that, okay, he ceases. He stops to struggle against fate and find peace. Okay. According to Leo Tolstoy, he said that when you understand that you are like you are not. It's not everything you control. It is, you are just you are like
You
a
can say
you are,
one word for this, God's will.
it's God's will. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like here he's saying that basically, you know, he's saying that it is whatever is done by God. Whatever he is saying that, okay, whatever Leo Tolstoy is saying that whatever is going on, all designed by the God. Okay, that's what he's saying. He says that here. Well, I mean, like exactly, it's not in reality, it's not like that. You are responsible for your action. Remember that, okay? You can't, whether you study literature or whatever it is, it's not like that. Free will is like, it's not like it's not. There is no reality. Like, people think, oh, it's just we are. If what we are actually, if everything is designed and Allah Subhanahu wa Taala knows everything and He does it from His end, okay, then why we are here? We are just
Sir,
mere a puppet.
sir, I believe that action is also a reaction. What we do, we face that.
Yeah. If a man cannot choose the okay, where we are now?
Against fate and find peace.
And he ceases to struggle against fate. Okay, he ceases means stop, pause. Okay, he pauses or he ceases to struggle against fate and finds peace. Okay, therefore, the moment you understand that it's not in your control, you just find peace. You feel like you calm down and you find peace. Thus, the wise man does not seek to control history, nor does he lament his place when within it. Okay. Therefore, the wise man, he's talking about the wise man, these intelligent people, okay, sane people, intelligent people, okay, wise people, does not seek to control history. They don't control history. The wise, these people, they don't control history. Okay. No, nor does he lament mean regret. Okay, you feel sorrow about something, feel sad about something, sorry about something, okay? nor does he lament, nor does he regrets his place within it. Okay, therefore he is not. He doesn't. Wise man doesn't think that he seeks to. He doesn't want to control. Seek mean when you try to do something. Seek permission. You try to take permission. Okay. Thus, the wise man does not seek to control history. Therefore, the wise man does not try to control history. Okay, he is a wise man. He's an intelligent man. Okay, and he regrets his place within it, nor does he, and not he does not regret, his place within it. Okay, therefore he accept whatever comes in front of him. Okay, he accept whatever comes, in front of him. Therefore, the wise man accepts whatever comes in front of him. He accepts the world as it is and understand that it is not its master, but its servant. Okay, that's what he wants to say. That he accepts the reality, he accepts the world, and it is, and understands that. Okay, that he is not its master, but it is its servant. Okay, that he is not the master of the world, he is its servant. Okay, that's what he wants to. Leo Tolstoy wants to say that. Okay, I think we will end this here. Any question you guys want to ask me?
Sir, in our religion, that's